Hey everyone, we are so excited because today we have a special guest for you. Her name is Audrey Summerfield and she is amazing. She is a product consultant. She's been with Plexus for 15 months. I was going to say years, 15 months. And y'all, she is a wealth of knowledge. I got to see her last month at corporate when Celeste took me on that trip that I went on. And so she was a wealth of knowledge. She explained the products and the ingredients in a way that I could understand them. And so I told Kim all about her. And so Kim and I were really excited to have her on today. So Audrey, I'm going to let you tell us a little bit more about yourself and where you work for Plexus.
Okay, cool. So my background is I grew up in a town of 200 people in the middle of nowhere in Minnesota. Put myself through college, worked my way through graduate school, started my career at Procter & Gamble on Oil Valet, went over to Johnson & Johnson because I wanted to get into helping people in healthcare. Worked there on Mylanta, Tylenol, Pepcid, Johnson's Baby globally, and then Neutrogena. Was at Neutrogena for a long time. And then decided I was really wanting to get more into nutrition. I was really interested in how nutrition can help your body. A friend of mine knew somebody at Herbalife, Mark Hughes, the founder, had recently died, and the company wanted to flip the company. And I'd never been in direct sales. I'd never flipped a company. So I thought, cool, I'll go learn. I'll get it on my resume and I'll leave. I didn't count on falling in love with this industry because for the first time I saw how the opportunity could help people make an income, especially people in my little hometown. And then more importantly, I got to know the people who used the products that we were creating. And it was so much more rewarding than putting a product on a store shelf because you really saw the efforts. And I say I fell in love with direct sales because during that time, I went through 5 CEOs. The company was bought, was sold, went public, went through 9 bosses. You can imagine the chaos. But my team and I we created 44 products for them in 5 years, put them into 59 countries. 5th CEO and I didn't get along, so I left and I went to a startup, see if I could handle startups. A company called Visalis. They were tiny at the time. My team and I went there, helped get them to 600 million. And they were 3 young founders. I like to say that the 3 young founders quit listening to adult supervision and they kind of went under. And so then I left, and within 2 weeks, I had former bosses calling me and saying, can you help with the project? And I started consulting. 15 months ago, you received 2 new presidents here at Plexus. I've worked with both of them in my past. They both said, hey, can you come help us put in place some processes and help train our teams and create some products? And that's what I've been doing. So glad to help you.
So like I said, I got to hear Audrey and she's incredible. And then I spoke with Janice Jackson, one of our new presidents, and she just raved about Audrey and told us, she knew she had to have her here. So I'm so excited that you get to hear from her today. She's had a hand in coming up with some of our new products. So I'm going to let her tell you which products that she has helped develop. And I think you're going to be really excited. So go ahead.
So got here and we helped create the Whey Shake, which is a really nice, great tasting shake. It's pretty amazing. The MetaBurn, the Active, the Balance, and there's a few more in the pipeline coming. So you'll see a lot of excitement coming this fall. So I'm very excited for that. So yeah, quite a few of them. And then working with the teams on creating some training, help the scientific advisory board, some clinicals in the works. So we've been doing a lot behind the scenes to help.
That is great. Kim, what questions do you have a question or anything that you want Audrey to talk about?
Not yet. I'm gonna wait till she goes over the products and stuff, and then I'm sure I'll have some.
Okay. All right. Well, if you don't mind, I want to put my video off my face so I can pull up my slide deck and walk through some things with you. So let me just do that so that you don't see just my ceiling. I don't know how to do this. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. So let's first talk about plexus and the focal point, which is your gut, right? So there's a lot of emerging science that your gut is your second brain in your body. Yep.
I think you have to go up to share screen, so then you can share your screen, because it just took you off video.
Okay, so what I'll do, if you don't mind, is I'll dial back in on my computer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So because on my computer, we couldn't see my face.
Perfect.
And on my phone, we could. And now on my phone, you can't see my slide deck. So let me just launch this and I will be right with you.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'll share the deck, because I think that would be exciting for people.
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's loading. And there I am. So let me sign off this one. Okay, so where do I share my screen?
At the bottom where it says share, if you see the...
Got it. Okay.
Click on that.
Select window, share. And share. There we go. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Okay, cool. So let's talk about emerging science. Your gut is your second brain in your body. I always like to say, don't take my word for it, Google it, because this is a really exciting and new area that's coming out in the industry. The gut has 3 to 5 pounds of bacteria in it. 3 to 5 pounds. You have more bacteria in your gut than you have cells within your entire body. So when you think about that, you think, wow, that has to be important, as your gut. Now, your gut can influence your weight. There's a study out that shows if you have a gut bacteria imbalance, you can gain weight eating the same food as a thin person. So it's really important. It affects your regularity, and as you know, that's your natural detoxification process. We also know that it can affect how your nutrition is absorbed in your body. And it helps affect stress, mood, anxiety. 95% of your serotonin, just think about this, is in your gut. 95%. So you think about serotonin, you think of sleep, you think of stress. Over 70% of your immune system is in your gut. So your gut is really super important. And that's where Plexus has focused a lot of their efforts, is on healthy microbiome. So how they did that is with the triplex system. Now, this is a really interesting system for your overall gut health, which affects your overall health. The first one is, the analogy is, it's sort of like gardening. And I know gardening is a really popular pastime for many people. So when you think about gardening, the first thing you have to do to have a healthy garden is you have to weed, right? To prepare the soil. So you want to weed the garden, get rid of the not so helpful plants that are out there and weeds. And then you want to plant your seeds, and then you need to feed it. So we think of BioCleanse as the way to help weed the gut and get rid of harmful substances. Plexus Probiotic 5 is how you seed it, because you're putting in healthy probiotics. The healthy probiotics help kick out bad bacteria. And then you want to feed it with microbiome. And we're going to talk through each of those and what ingredients do that. So BioCleanse. BioCleanse helps clean your gastrointestinal tract. It can help relieve gas, bloating, and discomfort, promote regularity, remove harmful microbes and substances, and help with occasional constipation. Now, I like to say you should take this daily, because if it's helping you, support all that natural detox process, you want to do this daily and help maintain that clean, wholesome gut. Then Probiotic 5 is healthy enzymes, healthy probiotics. It's going to help support that healthy overall digestion. Now, this is going to help keep that intestinal yeast in balance. It's going to help support a healthy intestinal tract and healthy digestion. And remember, your nutrition is absorbed in your gut. So if you don't have a good bacteria balance, you're not going to get the nutrition from the food you eat. It's going to help restore your natural response to imbalance and help promote that healthy bacteria count for a healthy pH level in your gut. So you really want to take, enzymes help digestion, probiotics are the healthy bacteria, and this is going to help you overall fight yeast imbalance and other effects in your gut. Then Plexus Slim Microbiome Activating. Now, there's a couple reasons this is a great product. One is the clinically studied XOS prebiotic.
Now, people ask me, what are prebiotics? And there are different kinds, just like there are different foods. Prebiotics are food for your probiotics. Prebiotics help those probiotics in your gut multiply. So it's sort of like, it's a healthy food for them. And we're going to talk about the different kinds of prebiotics because there are. And we have a prebiotic fiber in your shake. There's a prebiotic here. And your gut, just like people, we have different preferences for food. So this one's a clinically studied prebiotic. It's been shown to increase the great Akkermansia microbe. This one's going to help with healthy weight. And then you have the lactobacillus and the bifidobacterium. There are a bunch of different types of probiotics in your gut, and each one has a different role in your overall health. So the Akkermansia can help support that weight management. The other two can support regularity and mood. And that's why you want to make sure that you're nourishing each different type of probiotic with healthy prebiotics. Now, interestingly, you can get prebiotics from your diet, but it's really hard. You can get prebiotics by eating a lot of onions. You can get prebiotics by eating raw asparagus. You can't cook it. That would destroy the prebiotic. So that doesn't sound very fun to me. Or you can get it by eating chicory root, which is not in the grocery store very often. You'll see those chicory roots now and then, or bananas. And to get the same kind of prebiotic as in your shake, you would have to eat 1.3 pounds of banana. So just a little fun fact about why having a prebiotic is important is it's very hard to get in your diet. Now, I also like the Slim Microbiome Activating because it gets you hydrated. Fascinating, but 3 out of 4 people are dehydrated. 36% of us confuse thirst for hunger. So we eat food when we actually should be drinking more. And by the way, hydration, if you're dehydrated, it slows your metabolism 3 to 5%. So Slim Microbiome Activating benefits your body in a number of different ways. You're getting that healthy hydration, you're getting that healthy prebiotic, and you're going to help those overall probiotics. Now, VitalBiome is another type of probiotic that Plexus offers. It's a little bit different than Probio 5, and it's going to have some different support for different areas of your body. This one's got more bacteria that supports the stress and overall mood. So if you're having challenges with mood or with sleep, you might want to add VitalBiome and see if that makes a difference. It can also help with bloating, gas, and discomfort, and it helps stabilize those stress hormones. So again, if you're having a stressful day, if you have a stressful job, if you work the night shift, to me, those all say you should take VitalBiome. So let's talk now about weight management. So why did Plexus enter into weight loss? Well, I like to say it's a way to really help improve many, many lives. We know that around the world, almost 40% of people are overweight. Most of the world's population now live in countries where being overweight kills more people than malnutrition, which is really frightening. 65% of Americans, 50% of Canadians are overweight, and 1/4 of all of our healthcare costs are due to that overweight. And it's not just a US problem or Canada, it's global. And this is a chart that shows you since 1972 how we've become heavier and heavier and heavier. And some of this is due to portion size. Some of it is also due to our diet. In 1970, the average person was eating about 26 pounds of sugar per person per year. And you can look this up. It's on the CDC. I always encourage people to go learn. Today in America, the average person is eating over 150 pounds of sugar. And it's hidden in the foods we eat. And I want you to think about 150 pounds. You divide that by 365 days. That is 8 ounces per day. That is a cup of sugar. And it's hidden in our food. When you think of ketchup, 30 to 40% of ketchup is sugar. It's just sugar. So The increase of sugar happened in the late 80s, early 90s, when the food industry started petitioning the government to change our food plate from a plate to a pyramid. Up until then, we had a plate, and it had 8 sections, and one section was healthy fats, butter, one section was dairy, one section was grains, and then they had colors for fruits and vegetables and protein. The food industry, because we were helping farmers with subsidies, we had a whole bunch of grains left over. And so they said, well, we got to have people eat more of this grain. We also know that grain has a longer shelf life than fat. So they started to petition the government that fat was bad for us. And they changed our food pyramid to say, don't eat fat, eat more grain. And with that, with that, we added more sugar to our food. And why is that? There's only 3 things you can do to cheaper quality food to make it taste good. And it's kind of intuitive. One is salt. What do you do with bland food? You add salt because it enhances the flavor. One is you can add fat, like think of putting butter on bread, because what fat does is it makes the flavor in your mouth bigger. Or sugar, because it masks bitterness. So if you take fat out, there was only 2 things they could do to our food, salt or sugar. So we saw a huge increase in sugar in our diet starting in the late 80s. We've also seen portion control change. In the 1950s, if you went to the movie theater, your tub of popcorn was about 5 cups. Today, that is more than double that. A bagel was 140 calories, now it's 350. So with this change in our diet of more sugar and more portion, we have seen people gaining weight. But what's also frightening is malnourishment. In America right now, we consume an average of almost 3,400 calories per person, but we're malnourished. So what do I mean by that? Only 8% of people get enough whole grain and fiber in their diet every day. 75% don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. So here's some scary statistics. The average person in America is getting 1 serving of fruit per day. It's typically orange juice. There's no fiber, it's all sugar. The average person's eating, do you want to guess what the most consumed vegetable is per day in America?
Corn.
French fries.
Oh.
French fries and ketchup. So with that, and we're not seeing people getting enough vitamins. 97% don't get enough vitamin E, which helps with bruising and wound healing. 80% don't get enough vitamin A, which helps with night vision. So we're not getting it. 80% don't get enough magnesium. Don't forget BioCleanse has magnesium in it, right? Magnesium helps with many things, but regularity can be one of them. So we're seeing all these nutritional deficiencies. So that's where Plexus has got many products that can help many people. We're going to talk about the shake first because it's about protein. Now, a lot of us are not protein deficient, but let's talk about why protein is important. Protein is the component in every cell of your body. Your hair and nails are primarily protein. Your body uses protein to build tissue. It uses protein to make enzymes, to make hormones in your body. And it's the building block of your bones and your muscle, along with your skin and your blood. Now, how do you know if you're protein deficient? Well, if you have lackluster hair and nails, puffy eyes in the morning, water retention, or get hungry and cravings frequently, this all can be a sign of protein deficiency. Now, most of us are not protein deficient, but what's an interesting and scary fact is most of us get the primary amount of protein in our evening meal. Now, nutritionists will tell you you need to get protein in each meal. They want you to have about 20 to 25 grams of protein at breakfast, at lunch, and at dinner. But in America, half of us skip breakfast. The other half who eat breakfast tend to eat things like muffins, bagels, pastries, cereal, waffles, pancakes. So we're not getting protein in our morning breakfast. And what happens when we do that is studies show, you can don't make it up, studies show you eat more throughout the day. So you really do want to have protein in your breakfast meal. And so with the shakes, what's great about shakes is it makes it easy because you don't have to weigh and measure food. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to count points. You just have a healthy shake. So we like to say 2 shakes a day melt the pounds away. 1 shake a day helps keep the fat away. So we're going to discuss that. So here's how you lose weight with 2 shakes a day. Have a smoothie for breakfast, smoothie for lunch or dinner, it doesn't matter, any 2 meals of the day, followed by a sensible meal and snacks. Now, what is a sensible meal? For women, it's 4 to 6 ounces of protein. For men, it's 6 to 8 ounces of protein. So that's about the size of your palm. For women, about the size of men's, a little bit more than their palm. And then you just want to eat lots of colorful fruits and vegetables. Now, why do we say that? Well, I say avoid beige whenever possible. And it's not because it's just going to spike your glycemic index and, your insulin, but it's calories, right? So 1 cup of pasta, 1 cup of rice can be about 200 calories. For 200 calories, you can eat a cup of berries, you can eat an apple, you can eat a cucumber, and a small green salad and still not be at 200 calories. So more color, more nutrition, fewer calories. So here we have an example, shake for breakfast, a snack with some protein and some fruit, and then a shake for lunch, snack with some protein. You can see there's an egg on there, some salad, and then a meal. And then to maintain weight, 1 shake a day. Again, I recommend it for breakfast because studies show when you have protein and fiber in your breakfast meal, you stay better focused, you have better mood, concentration, you eat less throughout the day, and it helps you maintain a healthier blood sugar level. Now, if you've ever eaten cereal and gotten more hungry 2 hours later, it's because it's that glycemic index. Those carbohydrates turn to sugar in your body, spike your insulin, and make you hungrier. So that's why you really want to have a shake for breakfast. And with that, we're going to show you how you can save money, because one thing I love about shakes is you save money. So here's an example. An average burger in the United States is $9.52. An average club sandwich is $12. So if you eat lunch out 3 days a week, or breakfast, right? Or you go to a Starbucks and get a coffee, you're spending a lot of money. So if you replace 3 of those a week with a shake instead, you're going to save $1,000 a year. You're saving over $100 a month. So I like to say you're replacing money with a better nutritional shake, and you're going to get better nutrition. So here's a comparison for breakfast. You have your shake mixed with milk. That's about $2.55 based on average milk prices. Now, I know a lot of people don't use milk, but this is the example. You use that versus an egg sandwich, a cinnamon bun, or a protein smoothie that you can get at a juice house. You're going to save anywhere from 50 cents to $3. You're going to have fewer calories, less sugar, less sodium, fewer carbohydrates, less fat, less saturated fat, more fiber, more protein, digestive enzymes, and prebiotic fiber. And again, it's a different kind of prebiotic than Slim Microbiome, so you're supporting different bacteria in your gut. And I also like to say with the smoothies, you can make them so many different ways. I make one, it tastes like an almond joy. You can make a molten lava cake or a souffle. This is really a great way if it's a cold morning and you want a hot breakfast. You take your chocolate shake mix, a raw egg, some water, mix it in a cup, you microwave it for 1 minute, put it on a plate, and you have a warm chocolate souffle. You can put berries in there, cherries in there. You can do it with the vanilla shake and make a blueberry souffle. Put a little bit of lemon extract in there, and you have a lemon souffle. So many ways to do it. And then you can also make a yogurt parfait with berries and granola or chopped almonds. So many ways to use the shake. Now let's talk about slim hunger control. Why slim hunger control? We saw that earlier that most people are eating 3,400 calories per day. So if you're a guy and you go on this program and we get you down to 2,000 calories a day, guess what? You're going to get hungry, right? So with slim hunger control, you help reduce that hunger. Again, you're also getting that hydration, right, which is good for us. But you're also going to support healthy glucose metabolism and get a full serving of a prebiotic fiber. It also has in there decaffeinated green coffee bean extract for metabolism, Garcinia from a tropical fruit to help support fighting fat and hunger, mulberry, which can help support blood sugar, and then alpha lipoic acid, which serves so many functions in your body, including cellular energy production. So it's going to help you in a number of ways. Metaburn. A Metaburn is great because as we age, our metabolism slows. We all know that. If you're a menopausal woman, you've struggled with it. And we start getting, stubborn hip, belly, thigh, and waist fat. So this is going to support healthy energy, healthy mood, and fat burning. So what's in it? One is grains of paradise. This is kind of like a ginger / pepper that people cook with in some other countries, and it's been shown to increase your metabolism. L-theanine, it's an amino acid found commonly in green tea, helps create that sense of alertness and support a healthy mood. Then you have rhodiola, it's an adaptogenic herb, it's going to support healthy mood, 5-HTP as well. And why do you do that? Well, when people go on diets, they can get cranky and moody. So we want to make sure that you're not cranky and moody. And also we know that when we're feeling a little sad or a little blue, we tend to get into cravings, right? So if we help you avoid that, you're going to help avoid those. So this is going to help support fat burning, help you get rid of some more fat around your waist, hip, and thighs, support mood and focus. And it has 80 milligrams of caffeine. In comparison, a brewed cup of coffee at home is about 140 milligrams. So it's about 2/3 of a cup of coffee. And then the most common question is, does your body get tired of this? Can I keep using it? Your body won't get tired of it. I like to say it's sort of like, does your car get tired of gas? No, it needs gas to run. So this is going to help you with your metabolism. Now let's talk about Joyome. Your skin is your largest organ in your body. We don't think of it that way, but it is absolutely the largest organ in your body. It's different on different parts of your body, thinner, thicker. It lets moisture out, helps you in so many ways protect your health. And here's a little scary fun fact. You know the dust in your house? Almost 50% of it is your skin. So there you go. So why did I say that? And this is, because your skin cells turn over, right? You flake off, and that's a healthy part of your body. Now, when you're young, your skin cells turn over about every 28 to 30 days. As we age, just like everything else slowing down a little bit, our skin cells turn over around 40 to 50 days. That's why our skin starts to look a little duller, feel a little less resilient. So you want to exfoliate. And here's a little fun fact. Men look younger than women as they age. And you want to guess why? It's because they shave every day. They're exfoliating their skin. Isn't that fascinating? So, so you want to protect the health of your skin because it protects you. So Joyome has got prebiotics in it, along with ceramides and peptides and all these wonderful ingredients to help you defend yourself from aging. And it's great because it's an AM/PM combination. There's 11 different actives in those 2 different products, and those are really going to help you diminish the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, going to help you maintain healthy moisture on your skin and also healthy bacteria. So on our inside our bodies, we have bacteria. On our skin, we know we have bacteria. And just like on our inside, some of it is good, some of it is not so good. So Joyome is going to help protect the good bacteria on your skin. Let's talk about Balance. Balance just launched, and this is a great product because we know so many people worry about blood sugar and healthy blood glucose levels. With all the sugar in our diet and hidden in foods, what can happen if you are eating food? Like me, I get tired after, a big meal. If I'm at work, I don't want to eat a big lunch because then all of a sudden I'm tired at the end of the day. So this is going to help you manage those blood sugar levels. So it's got a bunch of ingredients in it that help you do that. First one is white kidney and common bean extract. You'll see that on the label. What those do is they help block the absorption of starches or carbohydrates in your body. So what that means is instead of absorbing it into your bloodstream, you just pass it out naturally. Then it's got mulberry in there. It inhibits the breakdown of sugar. So that helps prevent some of that sugar going into your bloodstream and spiking insulin. And then it has cinnamon. Cinnamon is high in polyphenols, and those are going to help you with blood glucose control. So if you take this before your meal, ideally a half an hour before, but I often forget and just take it with my meal, you're going to feel less crash or tiredness after eating foods, especially foods that have hidden carbohydrates or hidden sugars. That's especially great when you're eating out. So if you do want to have like a splurge, or you're going to have some bread and butter at your meal, if you're going to splurge on some pasta or rice with your meal, take some balance and see how much better you feel. Active, clean, long-lasting energy. So the energy drink category is growing. Right now, globally, it's $43 billion. And within the next 5 years, it's expected to double, which just shows you how poor nutrition we all are getting because people are tired around the world. So there are a lot of energy drinks on the market, and most of them are nothing more than high caffeine, high taurine, and high sugar. And all that does is jack you up, make you feel jittery, and leave you crashing so that you drink more. Don't think that they don't plan it that way, right? They want to sell you more, but you're just drinking a lot of chemicals. So Plexus said, what can we do to create a clean, long-lasting product? So Active is clean and long-lasting. It's got only 25 calories, so it's low calorie. Has 3 grams of sugar from honey powder and trehalose. What is trehalose? It's a sugar that's derived from foods like mushrooms. So it's a natural sugar. It has in it coffee, green tea, and yerba mate, source of caffeine. It has 100 milligrams of caffeine. Again, about 2/3, maybe a little bit more than that, versus a cup of home brewed coffee. It has citrulline malate, and then it's got an antioxidant-rich blend called S7 that includes blueberry, tart cherry, kale, and other things. So what those do is they create nitric oxide in your body. Nitric oxide helps your blood vessels stay dilated, helps with oxygen flow in your body. Athletes love these ingredients because it helps them work out better with less effort and helps them recover better. So you're going to love this for everyday activities. It's going to help you stay focused and give you that active energy you want without the jitters and the crash found in common energy drinks. And then Edge, if you want energy on the go, these are little capsules you can take with you, about a cup worth of coffee, worth of caffeine, and it's got that L-theanine in there to combat the jittery effects. So you're just going to get that energy and mental focus. And then we still have Block. Block is there. Balance is a newer version of Block, but it is there. So you can have that if you're beloved, and Accelerator if you want a little more energy. And then X Factor Plus. You heard earlier how most of us are deficient in vitamin A, E, C, common, nutritional ingredients, magnesium. So this one's going to give you everything you need to support a healthy immune system, help support healthy bones and muscle, help support healthy blood pressure in a normal range, help protect against free radical damage. People always wonder what that is. Well, your cells in your body are constantly under attack: stress, pollution, sugar, poor diet, lack of sleep. And your cells, just like your body, take nutrition in, and they take and get rid of waste matter. And as we age, they slow as well. And if they don't have good waste elimination, they can get damaged. So we keep them from getting damaged against free radicals with some of those antioxidants. Boosts energy levels, metabolism, helps mood. So again, it's a really great way to help you with healthy aging, energy, metabolism, mood, and fill in those nutritional gaps that most people have. And then X Factor is the same ingredients, but none of the minerals. So if you're already taking a mineral supplement and you don't want to add X Factor Plus, then you can get X Factor. And they're very similar, just showing you there. And then Mega X, we all know we should eat more fish and get those healthy oils in our diet. If you're like me, I don't like those fatty fishes. They're just not my style. So I take a supplement, and this one's a great omega supplement that's plant-based, so you don't get that fish burp, and you're still getting that healthy fat that helps with heart health, helps with brain health, helps with stress, helps your joints. Healthy oils help in many ways. And then X Factor Kids, we all know our kids need good nutrition too, and a lot of them are eating, fast foods now and then. So help them get those prebiotics, probiotics, and the vitamins and minerals they need for overall health, growth, and development. So that is a very fast overview of the Plexus portfolio. If you have any questions, I'm here to help.
Didn't I tell you, Kim, she's amazing?
And I also wanted to point out protein for the shakes. One thing that's really great about shakes is as we age, our ability to break down and digest protein slows as well. You'll often see a lot of older people avoiding eating steak or chicken because it just upsets their stomach. That's where shakes are great because they're easier to digest. And for kids, shakes, kids aged 4 to 12 can have half a shake. 12 and above can have a full shake. But 4 to 12, they have a different need for protein.
Oh, that's good to know. I've never heard that. So that's really good. I did have a question really quick about balance. Would you suggest balance to somebody that is diabetic, since it does help with the blood sugars?
Yes, absolutely. And I think if they take it daily, they may feel a difference.
Okay. And then, so if you had someone come to you and they said they only could afford maybe 3 products, and they're wanting to lose weight, which 3 products would you have them take?
I would have them take the shake because, again, it's got all the nutrition you need in it, vitamins, minerals, prebiotic, protein, fills you up, Metaburn, and some hunger control.
Okay.
And what was the last one?
Plum hunger control.
Okay.
Kim, what do you have any?
I do have, where is the whey sourced from?
That's a good question. I believe it's USA. It is RBGH free, so it has none of those hormones in it.
Okay. And I have heard some people started with balance, and I think on the bottle it says 2 a day, and I have heard people are doing it before every meal. Is that too much?
No, it should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Oh, good. I'm one of them that does it before lunch and dinner.
Do you feel a difference using it?
I do. I get fuller faster, and like you're saying, I don't necessarily crash after the meals. So that's good. Just all of the combination of the newest products, I've started losing weight again, so I'm super excited.
That's awesome. Yeah, I hear people are loving some hunger control or some microbiome mixed with active too. So.
Oh,
it's favorite. It is. It's the best for sure. Edge and Active. Can you take them both?
You can. Now, the USA government suggests that you have no more than 240 to 250 milligrams of caffeine per day. The Canadian government says you can do almost 3 times that, if not more. We know that many Starbucks coffees are 300, 400 milligrams of caffeine. So it's all dependent on how caffeine sensitive you are. We do know caffeine's dehydrating, so I always encourage not to take too much. But you've got 100 milligrams in the active. You've got about, I believe, Edge is, I think, 130, 140. So Yeah, you can take them both. And again, it's all dependent on how caffeine sensitive you are.
That's great. Okay, one more quick question. I know you have other things going on, but I did have a question. So, why are some of our products in the United States not allowed in Canada yet, or maybe Australia or New Zealand? Could you speak on that just a
Yeah.
little?
So internationally, every government has its own standards for the amounts of vitamins and minerals, the sources of vitamin and minerals, how the vitamins and minerals or ingredients are processed. And so you have to go through a registration process. Now in Canada, you have to go through Health Canada. Health Canada wants information not on just the formula, but on every single ingredient. And then they put it through a review process. You're dealing with a government. Imagine that you have to approve every single product that launches in your country. So it gets in queue, and that queue, it depends on how busy the government officials are, can take anywhere from 2 months to 10 months for them to even get to it. So it's all just about the documentation and making sure that we're within their regs. And you'll see, for example, in the US, we can have, say, 30 milligrams of a vitamin, and in Health Canada, they say it's 28 milligrams. And you're like, okay. So we'll make it to 28 milligrams. So it's just all that process. And then Australia, in addition to the same process as Health Canada, they also require that you be manufactured in a TGA, Therapeutic Goods Association, certified manufacturing plant. And there are not that many of them because Australia is not a very large country, so a lot of people don't deal and get that certification. So we have to find that manufacturer as well, and then the Australian government has to approve everything plus the manufacturer. So it just takes time. That's why.
That's great, because I know there's been some confusion with that where people think, well, maybe that product's not healthy enough or whatever, but really it's just the process that it has to go through.
It's just government bureaucracy is how I like to say it. It doesn't mean that the product is not healthy. It just means we have to follow their rules. And as you go global, that is the challenge, right?
Right.
And you'll literally, like, if you look at the differences between the vitamins and minerals, often it's very tiny, but it's just their rules.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good to know. That is great. Kim, do you have anything else?
No, but I will add though, if somebody's listening to this or watching it and they have people in Canada, there is a way that they can get all of our products. They just, it's not from the Canadian side. I have girls in Canada and they absolutely love the Hunger Control Slim, things that are not available just yet. So that's not, I mean, there's always ways around it. So I just wanted to add that if we have people on our team that are like, oh.
And I can tell you all those are being worked on, so there's lots of things in development, but it is not because the company doesn't want to support Canada. It's just
right.
The Canadian government, just saying.
Right.
Government.
Anytime you deal with another government, it's hard. So I totally understand that.
Audrey, can you I don't remember if, I know you can't tell us anything that's coming, but can you kind of cast a vision about a little bit about what's coming to get some people excited?
Sure. So Plexus is in weight management. Plexus is in active living. Plexus is in healthy gut. Plexus is in children's products. Plexus is in beautiful skin. And I don't think they entered those categories to let them just stay where they're at. I think there's something coming for everybody.
Yay! And then we also have our, I always forget what it's supposed to be called, hemp oil.
Hemp steer, yes. You have hemp steer as well. Mm-hmm.
So exciting.
So, real quick about the hemp oil and the CBD isolate. So something that I've noticed, and tell me if you think this could be from that or not, but of course my sleep is super deep. and I realized when I took a full dropper that I was waking up groggy, but Kim said she was taking half a dropper and waking up like ready for the day. So I tried that. Total difference. Hit the floor running this morning, but also my mood this morning was incredible after doing half a dropper. Like, so would mood be affected by the hemp oil as well?
Yes, absolutely. So hemp is a new and emerging area of science, and it's been studied for about 17 years, but not well studied in the United States. So we're still learning about it. Your body actually, this is a fun little fact, your body actually can produce and make its own CBD. There is CBD naturally occurring in mother's milk, and there are some studies suggest that runner's high is not just a burst of nitric oxide, but a burst of CBD production in your body. You have your body has two CBD receptors, CBD1 and CBD2, but you can have up to 65 different CBD reception in your body, and those CBD receptors are impacting your brain, your mood, your sleep, inflammation. So there's a ton of emerging research on the effect of CBD in the body, and so I'm very excited by this. But absolutely, I think my experience with CBD is it helps me sleep, it helps my mood.
I couldn't unmute. That is so good to know. That is great. Okay, well, you are a wealth of knowledge, and I just love how you explain things. So I just want to thank you for coming on and being on with me and Kim and just sharing your knowledge with us, and then so that we can share it with our team. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and again, I'm here to help. So if you have any questions, glad to help.
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.